For years, witches have been portrayed as evil, bloodthirsty, children-eating characters who supposedly spread bad omens and darkness with their black magic. Strategically, these characters are always played by women. While there have been many fictional books, series, and films on the bad and good witches, in reality, witches are always seen through a demonic lens. Witch hunting is a practice that continues to exist today in many parts of India. In this video, we look at this prevalence of witch hunting and try to uncover a bigger picture as to why this happens. According to National Crime Records Bureau, more than 2,500 Indians have been chased, tortured and killed through the practice of witch hunting between 2000 to 2016. And while the number of people who fall prey to this is bigger, crimes involving witch hunting are often considered not a good enough reason for murder and therefore continue to be invisibilized. In 2014, Madhuben and her sister-in-laws Sushilaben and Kamlaben were beaten as they were accused of witchcraft and the death of two men who died in the village. However, they recall that the issue started way back in 2012 when the two male relatives used to openly defecate on the land where they grew crops. And even after multiple confrontations, they continued to do this until one of them developed cancer and other had a renal failure. Due to the absence of proper resources and health care and even awareness, these men succumbed to death and the women were accused of witchcraft. There was also a campaign to take over the land and the women were forced to hand over the ownership of their land to save their lives. Madhuben's plot was at a prime location and was quite fertile to grow vegetables. Therefore, it could have been a good reason to deem them witches. The idea gained a lot of fervor in the 1800s when ethnology and anthropology began emerging as scientific disciplines undertaken by colonial researchers and officers, and a law penalizing witch hunting was passed in the mid-1800s. However, many in India resisted it on the pretext that it prevented them from punishing wrongdoers. One of the first instances of witch hunting was the one that was carried out in the village of Chhapra. In 1849, a woman named Eulal was accused of witchcraft. In a gathering of village officials, this matter was discussed and Eulal was declared guilty. Eulal's property and all her possessions were distributed and she was tortured and killed. While there are many cases of witch hunting that have been seen in the northwest region of the country, it is also quite prominent amongst the Adivasis, Boros, Rabhas and tribal communities in various parts of Assam and the northeast. Interestingly, these areas also consist of a large number of matrilineal societies, which means more women landowners. According to police records, a total of 21 districts have practiced and reported cases of witch hunting in Assam. According to the local women's rights group, the Northeast Network, accusing someone of practicing witchcraft is an easy way to sideline women in property disputes and conflicts, as a result of which 193 people have been killed since 2017. Most of these incidents take place in remote areas and they go unreported due to the lack of awareness and accessibility. Witch hunting is a form of gender-based violence against women. Inequality and gender-based discrimination are issues that need to be addressed at different levels, starting from grassroots awareness to better policy making. For instance, in the case of Sushilaben, post their attack, they decided to seek help from Anandi, a non-profit organization which helps rural women dealing with similar things and provides aid to them. Through Anandi, she was able to find many women outside of her district who were facing the same plight. The organization consists of on-call responders of gender-based violence who visit nearby villages and help women who have been accused of witchcraft or whose lands have been taken away from them in a similar manner. The onus of awareness does not just rest on the women, but the communities and societies as well. There is a need for creating awareness with respect to the law and women's rights, as well as the need to foster community-based organizations to create awareness to move forward towards a more gender-equal society.